Hey, how's it going? I'm Joe from Let's Head Wherever, and today I'm going to be installing an RV airflow system on our living room air vent. And I've already done the one in our bedroom, just kind of see how it went. Today I'm going to do this one on camera and kind of walk you through. It's a really easy process. I did a couple things wrong on the one I did in the bedroom. So I wanted to learn those lessons first before I jump in front of the camera. So this one should go much smoother, and hopefully it'll go a lot smoother for you. So this is it. It's a piece of styrofoam, and it may look weird when you take it out and be like, that's it. But yeah, this is it. It goes in like this, okay? And this sits right over the blower where the air is coming in. And what it does is it hyper focuses it here and through these two vents. You see you got one over here and you got one over here. So the main air comes in here and kind of supercharges it through these slots, and these slots go into the ducting and then run up the front of the RV. Even in cooler climate, especially in a cooler climate, we use this fan out in the living room all the time because we run our electric fireplace. It's kind of like the keep us comfortable at night heating. And we turn this fan on. So the idea is our electric fireplace heats the room, it pulls the warm air through here, and then it sends it throughout the rest of the RV. We're not going to be in a warm climate for a couple months probably, but if we do get someplace where it's warm, we use the AC. I'm excited to see the difference. I don't have a wind meter, but I have seen videos with folks that do. They say you could get up to 30% increase in airflow, which is pretty significant. The one in our front bedroom, when I turned the fan on in there and just held my hand in front of the vent, it was a noticeable difference with the air getting pumped out of there. So it seems like it works pretty good. So something to note on, if you have a Coleman, Mach, whatever AC unit, you'll have these vents, and you can open these vents, and it's called like the dump valves, I think they call them, where the idea is if your room, when you first start cooling the room, you open these up and a bunch of the air just dumps into the room. Once you install these, you lose that function. So if that's something that's important to you and you use that function all the time, you may want to consider not putting these in there, because as soon as you put it in, it's gone. You see this kind of concave shape in the side. This goes up here and kind of helps the air get pulled up and into the air return. And one of the benefits of that is that it is quiet. When you turn your AC on in here, a lot of the noise that you get out of it is kind of like the air getting sucked into the unit. And this here, I don't know what percent or what decibels it lowers it by, but it is noticeably quieter in the one in our bedroom. All right, so I'm gonna hop up and get started. It comes with pretty simple instructions. It's not a very in-depth install to begin with, but the instructions that come with it are pretty thorough. It tells you all the different drill bits that you'll need, what the different components that it comes with are. There's parts that are in here that you take out and leave out before you put in the RV airflow. So take your time, read through this all the way. Some of the mistakes that I made in the front room is because I didn't read the entire thing all the way through. I man read them, so don't do that. You'll end up saving yourself a lot of time. Let's go. If you're doing this alone, by the way, one of the trickiest things is once you unscrew the last one or the second to last one, you gotta watch her, especially the metal bracket that I'm about to take off. It came down almost like nailed me in the face the first time. This thing's gotta come out, so you might as well just take that out at the beginning and give yourself a little bit more space to work with.
Will you be able to edit out all the dust so that it looks like I'm a better housekeeper?
Maybe I'll put an effect on it to make it look like glitter. Like, oh,
thanks. Appreciate that.
Fancy.
So you might have some of this foil tape in there. You can take all that out because the system comes with these to replace them, and it's got kind of like an adhesive foam background that seals everything up, so any kind of this foil tape or whatever, you can just throw it out and you won't need it afterwards. So in the one in the bedroom, I had like 2 screws on one side, none on the other side, It was just like taped on there. So when you get up here, just be surprised with what you get. Oh, that came out so easy. The other one I had to like pry off. So those are garbage. That one's garbage. Throw that there. And then these just squeeze right into these bits here. Oh, yeah. And again, if it looks like it's, you know, sticking out a ½ inch, don't get yourself all worked up because there's like ½ inch foam in there. It's gonna stick out that far. Roof membrane sticking in there. All right, so the last thing you take off is this little metal, it's just a square. These bolts, you'll see them when I take out, they're super long. They actually connect this to the AC unit on the roof just to kind of like pull them together. When you put them back on, don't over tighten it because you can bend this. And then once this gets bent, it throws off all your screw holes to put the plastic pieces on. And that's when I ran into my issues. I had to go back and take everything apart again, take this off, like bend it back into place. It's like 8 inches. See how long was there? Oh yeah. And another thing I did not know, but I'm going to lay it that way on purpose. I don't know if this piece is symmetrical. It looks it at first glance, but I had a heck of a time getting the screw holes to match up even after I had bent it the right way. So maybe it's not symmetrical. All right, so once you get on that end, if there's any wires in the way, you can kind of push them up too. It's kind of a mess up here. Okay, so when you look at the instructions, you look at the pictures, make sure you're putting it up in the right way. This little kind of, almost fell off the stool, that'd have been fun. This little concave piece faces the air return. The only thing you gotta really be careful about is like it's styrofoam, so you know, don't go trying to like really manhandle the thing or you'll end up snapping a piece off. Oh, that membrane again. Get out of the way. All right. Now before I start putting everything in, I put these up here just to make sure that the holes matched up. The rep that I got these off of warned me that it's not very common, but you could end up having to like reach up and actually move the AC unit to make sure they line up. These seem like they're fine. Yeah, these are good. All right, so that's pretty easy installing. All right, so first thing that goes back on is this thing, and again, I'll warn everybody over and over again, only because I did it. Do not over tighten it. Did I mention not to over tighten this yet? Don't over tighten this. All right, so at this point, the RV airflow piece is installed. That's it.
I have one request.
What's up?
Do I get to clean this before you put everything?
Yeah, you want to take a little TV?
Yes, please.
We're gonna take a TV time out and get some paper towels and stuff. Okay, so I was just sitting down editing the video for this RV airflow install and realized that I had made a mistake. Once you install the RV airflow piece, this does not go back on. So let's do our super scientific decibel meter app. So, I mean, a couple decibels, but
I'll take it.
something.
As a side effect? Okay.
Yeah, if it's a little bit quieter. I mean, you could just sitting here.
I can tell the difference in the noise.
Definitely tell the difference. I mean, this isn't scientific. It's an app on a phone, but it's noticeably quieter. I'm just gonna wrap this up. Go buy yourselves an RV airflow. Finger guns.
I don't think the finger guns are the way.
Should I leave the finger guns out? So that's the install. If I had to guess, that was probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes, a little longer because, you know, I'm talking to the camera and we took a TV timeout to clean around the vents and everything else. But I mean, it's about as simple of an install as it could be. It's quieter. Put my hand in front of the vents again, like the air is cooking coming out of these vents. I mean, it is noticeably higher speed or more air. I don't know what it is. I'm not a scientist, but there's more air coming out of the vents when this thing's put in. So if you are looking to increase the output of your AC and fan units, go ahead and check out RV Airflow Systems.